Right. All right. Hi, how can I help you? You're looking for some Pokemon cards. Okay. We definitely have Pokemon cards in stock. Do you know exactly which cards you're looking for? Okay. Alright, well, I do need to warn you that I know very little about Pokemon, but I can definitely assist you today. We have an easy to follow catalog that I can go through with you, and I'm sure that we'll be able to find all of the cards that you're looking for today, okay? Alright, so why don't you let me know which cards you're looking for. Okay. Lucario. Okay. I hope I'm pronouncing and spelling these correctly. Okay, the next one. Diglett. D-I-D-L-E-T-T. Okay. The next one. Alright, can you spell that for me? L-Y-C-O-C-K, Lycanroc. Okay. And Charmeleon. Okay, what is this one? Tartrix. And Meowstick. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing these. Okay, Dragonair. Hope I'm spelling them correctly. Next one. Escape Rope. Okay. Drowsy. Pikachu. I know that one. Magnemite. Okay. Ghastly. Okay. Okay, next. Jumpluff. FF. Okay. Next. We left off at Jumpluff. Druttian. Okay. Farfetched. Farfetch. Okay. Score bunny. No E. Okay. What is this one? Whismur. Can you spell that one? Wismur. Okay. Okay, two more. Okay, Cincino. Cincino. Okay, the last one. Butterfree, Butter, free, Free. Okay. Hopefully we have all of these in stock. Let me see here. Okay. I think this is the one. Okay. Alright, so I think that this catalog here will have most of the cards that you're looking for today. I'm just going to go through, and we do have some more catalogs as well, in case there's any that we don't find in here. Okay, let's see your first one. Let me see here. Okay, Lucario we do have right here. Okay. I'm going to just take these out and we'll look over them and make sure that these are the ones that you really want. Yeah, we can talk all about all of the different aspects of each character if you'd like. Sure, that's no problem. You probably know more than me. Alright, so that's Lucario, Diglett, Diglett is right here. Okay, that's this one here. Next is Lycanroc. Here it is. Okay. Next we have Charmeleon. Charmeleon, here it is. Okay. So far so good. And Dartrix. Sure, we can have, oh, here's Dartrix. We can have a look through if there's any extras that you would like to take today as well, okay? Meowstick. Meowstick, we've got that one. Okay. And let's see, Dragonair. Dragonair. Here it is. Okay. Dragonair. Okay. Let's look for here it is, Escape Rope. Okay. Escape Rope. drowsy. Then we want Pikachu. Pikachu is Pikachu. Where are you, Pikachu? Here's Pikachu. It's gonna come out this way. Okay, Pikachu. And next is Magnemite. Here's Magnemite. Okay. Here's Magnemite. Okay. Okay, next you're looking for Ghastly. Ghastly. Where are you, Ghastly? Here it is. This one doesn't want to come out. Okay. There we have Ghastly. Okay. And Jumpluff. Jumpluff is right here in the middle. I think we've got to take it out from here. Okay. Jumpluff. So many different characters in this game. Okay. Just a few more. Drudigan. Drudigan. Here's Drudigan. Okay. Or Drudigon. Don't know how to say these. Okay. There we are. Maybe you can help me to pronounce these the right way next time when someone comes in, I can sound like I know what I'm talking about. Alright, now you wanted Farfetch'd. Here's Farfetch'd. We have another Pikachu over here. Okay, I'll take that one out. 2, and oh, that's Farfetch'd and Pikachu. Okay, so let me put the 2 Pikachus together so you can compare. And here's the Farfetch'd. Okay. And then we are looking for Score Bunny. Score Bunny is here. Okay, there's the Score Bunny that we have in stock. Let's look for Whismur. 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 Where did that one go? There's Whismer. Cincino, is that how we pronounce that one? Oh, that one's cute. Cincino right here. Okay, here we go. Okay, and one more is Butterfree. Let's see. Thought I saw that one. Butterfree. Why did I think I saw that one back here? Butterfree. Where did you go, Butterfree? Oh, there's Butterfree. Butterfree. Okay. There we are. Butterfree. So that's your last one. I think that's 19 different cards. Okay. So now if you'd like to look at them yourself, you can do that, or we can go through them together. Alright, that sounds good. Let's do that. Okay. Alright, got all the cards here. I'm going to do my best to try and help you with these cards, even though I guess you are already knowledgeable about all of these things. So, alright, let's start here. I tried to just get a little bit of the information about some of the cards. Okay, so let's see. Let's look at the first one. So this one is Lucario, and sorry if I mispronounce these. So we see here up top the name Lucario and some of the features of this card. So first we can look at the type. Okay, and there's a lot of information on here. What is the type? Well, I can't tell yet what the type is. Maybe you can help me with that. But up here we see HP. HP is 210 on this card, and HP stands for the hit points. Alright, so the type of card we are looking for, either the different types of cards would be either fire, water, or grass. So this one, it's hard for me to tell. Oh, is that up here? Is that a fire symbol? I'm not sure. That might be what that is there. Alright, so the hit points are 210. And then we can look at the stage. And the stage lets you know if the Pokemon is basic, stage 1, or stage 2, and which Pokemon it evolves from. So this one is a stage 1, we see right here in the upper corner. And Lucario evolves from Riolu. Okay, so now we can look at the attacks. And these are the moves the Pokemon can use in battle, along with their energy costs and the amount of damage they deal. Okay, looks like this Pokemon has two different forms of attack. We have an Aura Strike as well as a Cyclone Kick. And let's see, it says if this Pokemon evolved from Riolu during this turn, this attack does 90 more in damage. So the 30 plus here for the Aura Strike and 130 for the Cyclone Kick. And also has the Cantankerous Beatdown. That's 30 times. Do you know what that means? Okay. This attack does 30 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. Okay. And then you've got weakness and resistance, and that's down here at the bottom. You can see that. So the weakness is times 2. And the weakness indicates what types of attacks are extra effective against this particular Pokemon. And what types of attacks do less damage, which is the resistance. And there's nothing listed on the resistance here. And then we have some rarity symbols and some other information down here. Okay, so that's our first one, Lucario. Let's see, our next one here is Diglett. Okay, so for Diglett here, Diglett is a basic card. It has 40 hit points. Okay. And it says, as long as this Pokemon is on your bench, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks, both yours and your opponent's. And here is the attack cost. This attack does 30 damage. This is the dig through. See that right there. It does 30 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Don't apply weakness and resistance for benched Pokemon. The weakness is times 2. Resistance. Retreat cost. And let's see. It burrows through the ground at a shallow depth. It leaves raised earth in its wake, making it easy to spot. We see that right here in the picture. Okay, so that's Diglett. And we have Lycanroc here. Lycanroc's hit points are 110. Okay. It's a pretty looking card there. This is a stage 1 Pokemon, and it evolves from Rockruff. And we can see that its attacks are a Rock Throw and Accelerock. That one is 30 damage and 100 damage. And this is the attack cost right here for each of those attacks. And it says its quick movements confuse its enemies. Well equipped with claws and fangs, it also uses the sharp rocks in its mane as weapons. Okay. It's like in rock. Do you have a favorite card? Okay. So here we have Charmeleon. See, a little blurry there. Charmeleon. Charmeleon has 90 hit points. This is a stage 1 Pokemon, and it evolves from Charmander. Its attacks are the Claw, Slash, and the Heat Blast. The Claw Slash, let me see. Okay. The Claw Slash is attack damage is 30, and the Heat Blast attack damage is 70. And the attack cost over here we see it's more for the Heat Blast. So for this Pokemon, it lashes about with its tail to knock down its foe. It then tears up the fallen opponent with sharp claws. Okay. So that's Charmeleon. The next one is Dartrix. Okay. So Dartrix, we can see, is a stage 1 Pokemon. It has 80 hit points. And it looks like the type maybe is the grass. Okay, so it's either fire, water, or grass. That one looks like grass to me. So its attacks over here, we have the Sharp Blade Quill. And we see it doesn't cost as much. This attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. And it says don't apply weakness and resistance for benched Pokemon. And its other attack is the Leaf Blade right here. So the Leaf Blade has a little more attack cost and 50 plus damage. It says flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 20 more damage. Okay. And we see it says a bit of a dandy. It spends its free time preening its wings. Its preoccupation with any dirt on its plumage can leave it unable to battle. Plumage can leave it unable to battle. Okay, Dartrix. Looks friendly. Okay. The next one we have is Meowstick. Meowstick has 90 hit points. And this one, I can't tell what type of symbol that is, if it's water or not. Meowstick is a stage 1 Pokemon and evolves from Esper. Its attacks are Allure, which makes you draw 3 cards, and hand kinesis. Says 10 times over here. This attack does 10 damage for each card in your hand. Okay. And let's see what it says down here. It says when in danger, it raises its ears and releases enough psychic power to grind a 10-ton truck into dust. Okay. Looks like a cute little one there. Next we have Dragonair. Okay. Dragonair has 90 hit points. It is a stage 1 Pokemon, and it evolves from Dratini. Okay. The attacks are Dragon's Wish, and it says during your next turn, you may attach any number of energy cards from your hand to your Pokemon. Down below here it says from time what does that say? Immemorial? It has been venerated by agricultural peoples as an entity able to control the weather. Okay. Okay, so that's Dragonair. Okay. This is a trainer card. This one is the escape rope. Okay, so it's an item to have. And if you have the escape rope, it says each player switches their active Pokemon with one of their benched Pokemon. Your opponent switches first. If a player does not have a benched Pokemon, that player doesn't switch. And down here it says you may play as many item cards as you like during your turn before your attack. Okay. Next, we have Drowsy. Drowsy has 70 hit points. This is a basic card. Its attacks include the Psychic Boom and the Headbutt. So the Psychic Boom has 10 times damage. It says this attack does 10 damage times the amount of energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Okay, so it just depends on what the other player has. And the Headbutt does 20 damage. So this one says down here, it says it finds really fun dreams tasty. When it makes friends with people, it may show them the most delicious dreams it's ever eaten. Okay. Interesting. The next one here we have is Pikachu. And then remember we have 2 of the Pikachu cards. This one is a basic card. Pikachu has 60 hit points. Okay. Its attacks are the Gnaw and Thunder Jolt. So the Gnaw has 10 attack points. And the Thunder Jolt is 30 damage. So flip a coin. If tails, this Pokemon does 10 damage to itself. Okay. So down here's a little box. It says it has small electric sacs on both its cheeks. If threatened, it loses electric charges from the sacs. That's why we see the little lightning bolt looking things there. The little electric symbols. Okay, so that is the first Pikachu. And this one might be a little different, and it is. It's still named as a basic card and has 60 hit points. The attack on this card is mealtime. So it says flip a coin until you get tails. For each head, draw a card. And like the other card, it has Gnaw, but this time the Gnaw has 20 damage. And down here, similar information. It says its nature is to store up electricity. Forests where nests of Pikachu live are dangerous since the trees are so often struck by lightning. Okay. And then we have Magnemite. Magnemite is a basic card. It has 50 hit points. And its attacks are the Thunder Wave and Self-Destruct. So for the Thunder Wave, it says flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. And then for the Self-Destruct, it looks like it does a lot of damage. This Pokemon does 50 damage to itself. Okay. And the information here, it says it moves while constantly hovering. It discharges Thunder Wave and so on from the units at its sides. Okay. Some Magnemites. Next we have Ghastly. So Ghastly is a basic card. It has 40 hit points. And its attacks, the Little Grudge and the Nightmare. Okay, so the Little Grudge, it says during your opponent's next turn, if this Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack, discard an energy attached to the attacking Pokemon. Okay. And then the Nightmare attack, 20 damage. It says flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. And it says right here, alright, so right here it says, a being that exists as a thin gas. That's what it looks like. It says it can topple an Indian elephant by enveloping the prey in 2 seconds. Okay. Ghastly. Here we have Jumpluff. Okay, Jumpluff is a stage 2 Pokemon. It has 90 hit points. And we see the attacks here. The fluffy transport and the solar step. Alright, so it says here for the fluffy transport, it says switch one of your opponent's benched Pokemon with his or her active Pokemon. And then we have the solar step. And the solar step, it says this attack does 20 damage times the number of your remaining prize cards. Okay, and down here it says even in the fiercest wind, it can control its fluff to make its way to any place in the world it wants. Okay, jump up. Okay. Next, here is Drudigan. Okay, Drudigan. Drudigan has 120 hit points. It's a basic card. And its forms of attack. Okay. Forms of attack, we have the Proud Fang. The Proud Fang. If your opponent has any Pokemon break in play, this attack does 60 more damage. So it starts at 20, the damage points, and if this happens, it's 60 more. And then we have the, I guess it's Giga Claw. So that's 100 attack points. And it says flip 2 coins. If both of them are tails, this attack does nothing. Okay, next we have Farfetch'd. Okay, Farfetch'd is a basic card. It has 70 hit points. And the attacks are the Leak Slap. The Leak Slap. This Pokemon can't use Leak Slap during your next turn. And that attack has 50 hit points. And then we have Pot Smash. And Pot Smash has 50 attack points. And down here it says, it always walks about with a plant stalk clamped in its beak. The stalk is used for building its nest. Okay. Alright, so the next card here, Score Bunny. Score Bunny is a basic card. It has 60 hit points. And its attack is the Super Singe, which has 10 attack points. And it says flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. Okay. And let's see down here it says, a warm-up of running around gets fire energy coursing through this Pokemon's body. Once that happens, it's ready to fight at full power. Okay. I think there's just a few more left. Here we have Whismer. Whismer has 60 hit points. It's a basic card. It has two different attacks here. There's Pound, which has 10 points, and Round, 10 times. So for the round, it says this attack does 10 damage times the number of your Pokemon that have the round attack. Okay, this helps, I guess, if you have more with this type of attack. And let's see, down here it says, if it senses danger, it scares the foe by crying out with the volume of a jet plane engine. Okay, so it's loud. Okay. Now we have Cincino. Is that how you say that? Okay. This card has 90 hit points. Here. This is a stage 1 Pokemon. It has two different types of attack. It has the Sweeping Cure. So that's, it says heal 90 damage from one of your benched Pokemon. And the other attack is the Knockaway. So it says flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 30 more damage. Okay, so it says 30 plus. So here down below it says Cincino's body is coated in a special oil that helps it deflect attacks such as punches. Okay, and the last card. Alright, and so the last card here is Butterfree. Last one. This one has a lot of hit points. This one has 130 hit points. Okay. And we have two different attacks here. The Psy Bolt has 30 points, 30 damage points. And the Whirlwind, 80 damage points. So the Psy Bolt says flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. And the Whirlwind attack says your opponent switches their active Pokemon with one of their benched Pokemon. And that is 80 damage points. This is a stage 2 card. And it says down here, a close examination of its large eyes reveals that each eye is composed of a myriad of tiny eyes. Okay. Alright, so we've looked at all of these cards. Okay, let's see, there's one. Butterfree, Cincino, Whismer, Scorbunny. We have Fetched. There's Druddigon, Jumpluff, Ghastly, Magnemite, Pikachu, another Pikachu. We have Drowsy, Escape Rope, Dragonair, Meowstick. Here we have Dartrix, Charmeleon, Lycanroc, and we have Diglett, and Lucario. Alright. So do you think you will be taking all of these cards? Okay. So let me see. And 9, 10. Alright, there's 19. Those ones are yours. Now, if you want, we can have a quick peek through just so you can see all of the other cards that we have in case there's any other cards that you might be interested in. There's the seal. That one's only 10 attack points. We have other cards, it seems, that are maybe some items instead of Pokemon. Let's see, this one is a trainer. We have some trainer cards as well. Let's see, here's another trainer. Are you interested in anything like that? Okay, here's another Diglett card. And another trainer. Okay, let's see. Over here, these are all Pokemon. This one is a trainer. And here we have a timer ball. Let's see, on this page, these are all Pokemon. And more cards. There's another trainer. And another timer ball. And another trainer here. Okay, here's another trainer. And this one is a nest ball. Okay. And let's see, more cards. Okay, let's see, another trainer or an item. Special charge. More Pokemon. More Pokemon and another trainer. Here's the nest ball. This one is a potion. Okay. Let's see, this is a trainer. Professor Oak's hint. Okay, on this page we have a Pokeball. What else? Another trainer here, Brock's Grit. This one is a timer ball. And okay. Let's see, these are all cards. And have these cards here. Another trainer. Okay. The last page here. It's like all these shiny cards. So it looks like that's all of them. Is there any more cards in here that you might want to take with you? Okay. Alright, well you have a good selection here. Let me just wrap these up for you, and I think you'll be all set. Alright. Alright, well I hope I helped you today. And if you need anything else, just let me know, okay? Alright. Thank you so much.